to Crafty Purple Dragon channel. I just moved my brew. Unboxings today. Now, some of these are already open. I've shown you some yarn and stuff, and I've been quite getting back into crochet, which means I've not had time to do the diamond painting, which makes me sad because I've got a lot of gorgeous diamond paintings that I want to do. But there's only so many hours in the day, unfortunately. So with that said, some of these items, because I don't get as much chance to film, have been opened prior to me getting out the camera equipment, so that's why they're not in packaging. So the first thing I want to show you is these. So it's just some satin ribbon, different colours. And the idea for this is I want to make my own garment labels. So I got some ribbon and some transfer paper. So this is light transfer paper, so it'll only work on, hopefully it'll work on these colours. I'll have to get some dark transfer papers for the black. I haven't tried doing it yet, but that's the intention with this. That's why I've got it. So this was from Amazon, and I'll tell you, these were buy 3 get 1 free, $2.39 for the lilac, $2.49 for the silver, $2.49 for the black, and the pink was my free one. And there's 25 yards, 23 meters satin ribbon, 20 milli width, which I thought should be okay for a garment label. I didn't get white, so I thought I'd, make something a little bit different, depending on the colour of the item. So that's those. The transfer paper was $14.99 for 25 A4 sheets. And obviously, depending on the size of the label, you'll be able to get a lot on there. Okay, so that was that. And the other thing that I opened was this. And I really should learn to read things. I thought this was a lot thicker yarn, but it's really, really thin, and it's got little tiny sequins on it. So I thought I'd do maybe a nice, scarf maybe for going out in. That was my intention with this, but it's too thin. I'm not going to be able to crochet that. So I'm thinking that I'm going to mix it with something else. Double strand it with a plain yarn. But it's lovely when you see it together. Isn't it lovely and sparkly? Because we love sparkle, don't we? So I got I think they're 3 50-gram balls from AliExpress. And when it arrived, and I go back and I look, because I thought it was supposed to be thicker yarn, and then I go back and I read properly, it clearly says, oh, they're 100 grams, sorry. Yeah, 100 grams. Colourful crochet thin thread shiny sequin yarn. So they were £3.07 each. So not particularly cheap. And probably more expensive than I would have paid had I realised it was that thin. So yeah, that was ordered on the 9th of June, and it took quite a while. That came probably, let's think, so I didn't write it on. It probably came on the 10th of July. So it was about a month. It took quite a while, that. You know, these diamond painting companies, some of them do an excellent job of getting your gear to you really quick compared to some of the other items that you can get off AliExpress. Things that I've ordered. Oh, I'm just getting a bit warm. Things that I've ordered that aren't diamond painting related seem to take longer than the diamond painting stuff does. So, you know, don't be too quick to criticise those diamond painting companies, because actually I think they do quite a good job. Right, so that's that. Then this came, just put my fan there. Now this came in a big bag with a box, but when I opened it, the box was all beaten up and opened. So it was already ripped. I just flattened it a bit and put it back in the box, but it was really quite damaged. This was delivered to me by Hermes in the UK. So that can go, and this is my yarn. Winder. So I have to make it myself. Aha! Some instructions, so that's good. So this is to wind yarn into balls, and the reason I got this is twofold. Some of the yarns that I got, the balls are sort of starting to come unwound, so I thought I'd wind them up again. And I also got some yarn off Facebook Marketplace that's in skeins that needs putting into balls. So I thought I'd buy this. And it goes with that other thing that you can wind skeins onto, and then you use that to wind it onto this. So, this thing here, skein holder, that thing there that I've opened previously. So I'll put this together and then I'll show you me failing at doing balls. But that's that, and I haven't got a box to put it in because it's flipping knackered. Confirm that. Right, this winder came on the 11th of July. It was ordered. Again, this has taken ages, it seems like. So this was £16.55. It was ordered on the 21st of June. Oh, didn't take as long as I thought it had. 21st of June, and it came on the 11th of July. £16.55. Now that is quite a lot to pay for something off AliExpress, but you were talking like 30 quid for this off Amazon. So I thought it was worth the wait. And I need a box to put that in. Damn. Put it here for now. I don't want all the bits getting lost. I wanted to show you the assembled yarn winder. As you saw in the unboxing, this came in pieces. All the metal parts were in a plastic bag, and the plastic parts were in 2 bits. So the spool had to be connected, and it was just a slot in and spin round to locate it. This metal part had to be inserted and screwed in here, and the guides on here, the guide and the counterbalance guide, were connected to these metal brackets, and then the bracket has been attached to a plastic bar here, and this guide has been attached to this metal bar that's gone into the bottom. So the instructions that came with it were rubbish, really, but it was, once I got my head around it, it was fairly easy to put together. This part connects it to a table, so, you know, thickness of the table, and then you wind the wing nut. Now, I did try to set this up, and I took a picture of me using it, but I really didn't have the way of setting it up and being able to record it at the same time, because the table that I use, the table that it's attached to in this picture, like I said, has got a really thin, really tiny thin edge, and the thing that attaches it to the table just doesn't attach it properly because it hasn't got enough surface area to grip. And the place where I actually do my yarn winding now isn't really a suitable setup for videoing it, but hopefully you can see from the picture that I've taken the way I would do this. And the handle is just off to the left, you can't see it in this picture, but I usually, if I'm winding from a skein, because I do like in a lot of cases to cake my yarn before I use it, even if it's on a skein. So I put the skein in the wool genie and then thread the yarn through the guides and across the 2 notches in the top of the cylinder on the winder, and then I turn the handle, and I use my left hand that you can see here to pull some of the yarn off the genie, and then I use my right hand to wind the winder so that it winds that part on to the cake. So it's kind of a twin action motion where I'm pulling off yarn with my left hand and then winding it onto the cake with my right hand, and that just controls the feed off the skein. It maintains the tension onto the cake, and it means that the wool genie isn't spinning madly and the cake isn't being wound at different tensions, and it works quite well. As soon as I can get a decent setup where I can show you it, I will do that. But suffice to say, this is probably my favourite yarn related gadget. I love it. I love doing it, and if I had a better setup for winding, I would probably just sit and wind all my skeins into cakes. But as it is at the moment, it really hurts my back to wind. So I just have to do it one skein at a time, you know, one project at a time, basically. But if you've considered getting one, I would highly recommend it. I think they are brilliant, and I wouldn't be without mine. I love it. So thanks very much for watching. I hope this was of some interest to you. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below and ring the notification bell so that you're notified when I do future videos. If you did enjoy the video, also please click the like button. And if you think this or any of my other videos would be of interest to anybody, a share would also be appreciated. If you have any comments, questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for your time. It's much appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Bye.